Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Good morning, 9:03 Friday morning. Let's get right into this show. We got a good one for all of you today. Going to be talking to Calvary Baptist Church right around 10:10. 10:35 belongs to Got Faith and Steve Pegram, and we're going to be getting the latest from both of those wonderful institutions. Let's start off this Friday morning. I hope you guys are having a good one, but man, before I start, little pale today, you know. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I just had to kind of get something off my chest. I was never do this, but you know, I got to just kind of clear something up, because every time we have a segment with Village Dispensary, we do an article and there's like 3 or 4 people that just think that like we're in cahoots with each other. It's called a segment sponsorship. For the love of God, there is no pay for, it's literally a sponsorship of my show. It just, I don't feel good today. I'm tired of the clowns on that troll our Facebook page. It's just enough. And if you can't, I mean, if you just can't live life and be happy and you got to sit there and always think that there's some conspiracy going on, go to church. Anyway, 9:04, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. We'll take you to Godfrey first. Amid reports of heart attacks at local pickleball courts, the Godfrey Village Board recently considered installing an automated external defibrillator at Glazebrook's Park Courts. Trustee Craig Lombardi highlighted the incidents in the area, like Wood River, East Alton, and ones in Godfrey, emphasizing the need for an AED due to the sport's popularity among older adults. Trustee Rick Lauschke expressed concerns about training and liability. Park and Recreation Director Chris Logan assured the board of the device's user-friendly nature. Preventative measures against theft and vandalism were also discussed. No official action was taken, but a vote is expected in a future meeting. Also in the news today, the Granite City Fire Department responded to a structure fire on the 2100th block of Lee Avenue late Thursday night. Here's what we know. Firefighters arrived at the scene around 11:15 p.m. to find heavy smoke and flames coming from the house. Upon arrival, the department deployed its ladder truck and used the nozzle to flow water through a window. The firefighters managed to bring the fire under control swiftly. The house appeared to be vacant, and no individuals were inside at the time of the fire. The cause of the blaze remains unknown. Also in the news this morning, a 64-year-old former resident of Brea of Smitten, a skilled nursing facility, has been awarded $3.5 million by the St. Clair County Court. Represented by Gennaris trial lawyers, the woman filed a lawsuit after an untreated infection in her right great toe led to sepsis, a bone infection, and gangrene, culminating in a below-the-knee amputation in 2022. The facility was cited by the Illinois Department of Public Health for improper care. Attorney Ted Gianaris highlighted the broader issue of inadequate nursing home care nationwide, where overworked, underpaid staff can compromise patient well-being. Also in the news this morning, Alton Little Theater is excited to announce a new improv class taught by Alex Trepka of 1117 Studio in downtown Alton. Trepka, an SIUE graduate, brings his Chicago improv experience to the Riverbend area, offering classes for ages 11 to 17 and 18 and up, emphasizing the importance of being present and emotionally engaged. Trepka aims to make improv fun and a valuable skill for all. Lee Cox, the executive director of Alton Little Theater, supports Trepka's initiative, seeing it's a great entry point for aspiring actors. Classes are expected to start by October. For more information, visit 1117 Studios' Facebook page or Alton Little Theater's website. At 9:07, let's go right into weather today. It's 71 degrees, as you can see on your screen. But, folks, it's going to be beautiful the next couple of days. If you can get out and about, make sure that you go and do it. Hey, while we're waiting for our weather section to load here, let me fill you in about our weather page, RiverBender.com/weather, where you can stay up to date and in the know on all the closings, cancellations, and so much more. Why don't we do this? At 9:08, you guys can see it's 71 degrees. It's going to be beautiful today, all throughout the day, partly sunny conditions. And then this evening, it will get cooler. You're going to see temperatures drop to the low 60s, maybe even below that going into tonight, and especially Saturday, where they're predicting a low of 52 degrees or even in the 40s. So wonderful stuff. You can stay up to date in real time all the time by always calling 618-465-4545, this time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. And that's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend at 9:08. But before we take a break, it just amazes me. I mean, there's just 4 or 5 people that just truly don't understand. Guys, I get it. The last 8 years have made it seem like everything's a conspiracy because of the way the mainstream media talks about things. We just have segment sponsors of the show. That's all it is. So to any of you out there that think that we're in cahoots with the dispensary, we are, because it's a segment sponsorship. You cracked the code. I mean, I'm so sorry for getting frustrated. I never do. But when it's all the time and it's just one clown that does it, it's just amazing. 9:09, hey, before we take a quick break, remember, the Alton Expo starts on Thursday. It already started, and it runs until Sunday. Tonight, they got some great bands playing. They got Dirty Mugs playing live tonight, and I'm telling you what, the Alton Expo has really just become such a staple for the region. You know, at the Alton Expo, I love it because old friends and new come together and just kind of reminisce and celebrate our community. The gates open tonight, September the 6th, at 5 p.m. and run until 11 p.m. Maxa is going to be playing at 5 p.m., and Dirty Mugs at 8. But there's lures, carnival rides, there's vendor booths. There's so many things that you can actually learn about in the community at the Alton Expo, because there's informational booths, there's vending booths, so much more. So make sure you go to the Alton Expo. Check it out. It's the staple event. Just to walk the grounds is free, but we always encourage you to go out there and patronize a little bit. You can find out more information at AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com. That's AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com. 9:10, we'll take a quick break. More of our daily show hit you next after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues,
Ready?
future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome into this Thursday morning. Our daily show continues in the heart of the 618. Brian Dawson in studio, and really cool opportunity for me. Last night my phone rang and said, hey, I got somebody that's been canoeing the Mississippi River all the way from the headwaters and is in town. And Brian, I'm just excited to talk to you, man. How are you?
I'm great. Good to be here.
Well, Brian, fill me in. Has canoeing been something that you've always done?
Yeah, I've been canoeing all my life. My dad started me in canoeing when I was young, and I'm pretty passionate about it. I love doing it.
Really cool. Well, now you started in the headwaters of Minnesota, and for maybe folks that don't understand where that is, that at the very top of the state?
Yeah, that's it. It's at Lake Itasca, and that's clear up in the northwest corner of the state of Minnesota.
And when did you start your trek?
June 1st.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
wow.
It's been a long summer.
Well, and take me through what life's like on the river as you're canoeing.
Oh, it's every bend brings something new, and you gotta. It's just undescribable. The people that you meet on the river are just amazing, and that's a big part of my love of the river, is just meeting the people and the towns along the way. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of sleeping on sandbars. If we're going through a town, we'll usually camp in the city park, and so far I haven't had any problems with that. The local police are usually real friendly, and if I can get permission, I do, and sometimes I just can't, and because it's late, but I've never had a problem with it. So.
Well, and is the Mississippi, because I've heard from all accounts they can be a tough waterway, with canoeing and some of that. Has it been tough, or has it been a pretty smooth trip?
Yeah, well, it's been real tough this summer. We had so much rain up there. All that high water you had down here fell on us up there.
Oh,
we
wow.
went through 2 tornado warnings. We went through baseball-sized hail in Monticello, and just a lot of hard driving rain, and tearing everything out of the canoe in the morning and drying everything out became a regular part of the trip for a long time this summer.
How do you navigate the storms and hail when you obviously aren't in your home? There's you're out in the open there.
Well, you just prepare for it best you can, which is just having everything in waterproof bags, which I found there's almost no such thing as a waterproof bag.
Well, and I just, whenever when did it start to get a little bit better weather-wise for the rain? Was it, because it was pretty rainy for the first it seemed like the middle of June we got hammered.
Yeah, and into July too, we were still getting a lot of rain. It was second half of July, it started drying up. Now it's, I think, getting probably too dry for most folks, but.
And is there something to kind of manage as the weather starts to change here? Because, you're still, making your way down, and now we're getting into fall. Does the water ever change, or any of the speed of it ever change as the seasons move too?
Well, with all that rain we had really good current up there in Minnesota, and now the river's getting bigger, and as more tributaries dump into the river, the pace just keeps quickening. So it's staying fast.
Wow.
They tell me it's going to get a lot faster below St. Louis because of the Ohio coming in somewhere down there, and I look forward to that. I like the current.
Now, have you done this before?
I attempted it in 21, and then the water was too low to start the headwaters, and we started at Bemidji. And I say we, I mean me and my co-pilot Jade.
Jade's cool. Jade is really, and a great dog too.
Yeah, she is. She's an awesome dog. She's the star of this show. Without her, I'm just another guy in a canoe, But.
So, when did your trek stop in 2021?
It stopped at Savannah, Illinois. My then girlfriend had come to get me to take me back home for Thanksgiving. We started September 25th that year. It was a fall trip. And now it's November 20th, and she came down and got me. And she didn't want me on the river to begin with, but my canoe rode just fine all the way from Savannah, Illinois to Newton, Iowa, which is about a 3.5-hour trip. And the next morning on her way to work, my canoe flew off her truck, and it bashed in the side of it, and it took me 3 years to get back on the river again. I decided to just do the whole thing over. And
wow.
And this year I was able to start at the headwaters, which was great. So.
Well, and now take me through that experience. What's it like when you're putting your canoe in there knowing, hey, we're getting ready to make this journey, man?
Well, it was just an amazing feeling for me. It's so exhilarating. I've been waiting all my life to do this, it seemed like, and And it was quite a challenge. The water was really fast, and the river's really small up there, and it's, borders on, class 2 rapids in sections. And
wow.
And yeah, it was pretty amazing. Amazing.
And did it take Jade any adjusting to meet you on the trip? Did she have to learn, what it's like to ride in that canoe? Or
no, she took to it right off the bat.
Oh, that's incredible, man.
Yep, she has guard duty at night, so during the day she sleeps in the canoe, and it works out perfectly for both of us. And
that's awesome. And now, take me through some of the people you've met along the way. You've been at it now for a few months, and I'm sure there's got to be dozens of folks that you've come and encountered.
Oh, more than dozens, hundreds. When we stop at a sandbar, kids are lining up to throw stuff for Jade. Jade is OCD about the game of fetch, and she can catch a frisbee. So
that's awesome.
And she just naturally draws people in. And without her, I would probably, the amount of people I would meet would probably be minuscule compared to what I do actually with her along.
Well, and now do people know that you're making the trek down here now? Is it starting to spread along the river that you're doing this?
Yeah, it is, and. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know that it spreads ahead of me, but word seems to get out fast.
And I just think it's cool, man, because it's really unique because no one realizes that's never been on the river, that's never been out there, how tough that river can be, especially the currents and just how far of a journey you've started on. And now, what was your favorite river town? I mean, I know we're in Alton here, and it would be awesome if you said Alton, but was there a spot along up north in like Minnesota that you wanted to shout out, or any place that when you started coming down, you went, man, they did it up right up there?
Well, I just got to Alton late last night, and so I haven't had a chance to really experience Alton yet, but I'll tell you what, Alton's looking pretty darn good. I've had a great experience what little bit I've been here so far. And as far as Minnesota goes, Minnesota and Iowa both had some really great little river towns. I really haven't run into any river towns I didn't like except Minneapolis, St. Paul. And I have a feeling St. Louis might be the same way, but
could be. It's a good point,
Yeah.
And things happen. But
yeah, they've all been great, and the people are just amazing along the river. It's a different breed of people on the river, for sure.
How so? If you don't mind me going into that a little bit.
Just
more.
friendliness and trusting, and just a more open and relaxed and chill mindset, I guess. We can go to a sandbar that only boats go to and have an amazing experience. The experience at a sandbar that anybody can get to is a little different. There's a lot more trash around. People are more, they're not as open and openly friendly with you, I guess. Mm-hmm. There's just a different breed of people on the Mississippi River, and I just love them.
Well, and talk about the trip a little bit more, because just preparing, I wouldn't know where to start, because it's not like you can weigh down the canoe, or how much can you carry with you. Did you have to calculate what you could bring, what you couldn't bring?
Well, I attempted to, and I didn't do a very good job of it. When we started this trip, we had to stay at Itasca 2 days because we had so much stuff in our canoe, we couldn't fit ourselves into it.
Oh.
Yeah, we started the trip with a girlfriend, and she had a few items that I felt were maybe not necessary, but
like hair brushes and stuff, or
and curling irons and different things. The only reason we didn't bring the kitchen sink was because I just refused to unbolt it from the wall. So we sent a package that weighed probably 50 pounds back. I give some local native kids there a bunch of fishing gear, and we still had too much. We were still getting rid of stuff down into Iowa.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing what you don't need. But before you start, you have a hard time visualizing that you're not going to need this particular item. How am I going to get by without that? Well, at the end of the day, when you're canoeing for a few weeks and you realize, you got bags of stuff in your canoe that you've never even opened, you realize, well, it's time to,
And see, that would be the shocker for me, and honestly, the enlightening part of the journey, man, because you realize, well, half the stuff I have is really not what I even need. You know, it's
right. I've become a minimalist inadvertently, and I like canoeing. I like a canoe over kayak because I hold more stuff, but that's a double-edged sword because, like I say, now you got a lot of extra weight, and before the Twin Cities, you have to portage every dam and every brush pile, and that means taking everything out of your canoe and carrying it around to where you can get back in the water, which sometimes can be 2 miles.
Oh, wow.
You know, so it makes a huge difference, and you've learned fairly quickly, or at least most people learn quickly. It took me a while before I finally got my canoe down to where it was manageable. But
well, and let me ask you this, if it's okay, Brian, did you have a time, with your grandpa? I remember you saying that, was it your grandfather you were canoeing with initially, your father?
My father.
Your father.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. With your father, did he ever prepare you for going on the river, or was there any lessons that you kind of took with you on this journey?
Well, Dad didn't do. He didn't do a lot of canoeing. He was an outdoorsman. He was more of a boater, or a fisherman. He had a big one, but he also built a couple canoes, and I helped him build those, and we would take those out and whatnot.
Okay.
But pretty much everything I've learned, I learned myself the hard way. And
and see, that's what I think's so cool about this now, getting to know you, Brian, is just the learning, because you're going to learn on the fly on this journey.
Absolutely. And there's a lot to learn, and a lot a person maybe should know before they go into it, with the locking dams and whatnot, and the different things that big water like the Mississippi can do that you don't realize. I canoed a lot of the interior waters of Iowa, the Des Moines River and Iowa River, Skunk River, but it's a totally different thing with the Mississippi.
How so? Is it the current? Is it the way the water travels? Is it the speed of it?
It's all the above. You got a hard north wind coming down, and right before the locks, it'll create a choppy situation that can be, 3-foot swells that are just going back and forth, kind of like a giant washing machine right there in front of the lock, and
how do you get out of those?
Well, you don't. You got to wait for them to open the lock up to get out of it.
It makes sense. But if you're ever in a situation like that where the current gets too strong, do you have to like paddle a certain way? Do you have to move a certain way with the canoe, or?
Well, you just have to be ready for anything, and you have to, it's kind of hard to explain. There's just so many different situations that create things in the water that a person might not be ready for, with wing dams that are under the water that you don't see. And with all this rain we had, of course, that made for a strong current. So if you were looking at the spot you were supposed to get out at before you realize that's where you were getting out at, it's too late to go back because the current's too strong to turn around and paddle back upstream. I found that to be true after all that heavy rain we had. You were just, there were several places where we wanted to camp, and we didn't see them quickly enough and shot past them, and then, they're history now because you've gone past it,
What about barges? How do you navigate that and the other traffic that is on the river?
You give them a lot of room and a lot of respect. Barges, and they watch out for people too. They're constantly looking, and I do a lot of traveling at night, and that's one of the reasons I do, because when I'm out there at night, I'm the only thing that barge sees, and they've got a guy that constantly is scanning the water, and they see me out there at night, but you want to give them a lot of room. We had a kayaker couple of years ago. I remember he got too close to a parked barge, and he didn't realize the danger of the undertow, and it sucked him underneath the barge. And luckily for him, it spit him out the side. They never found his kayak, but his journey was done.
Oh my goodness, man, that's deadly.
Yeah, when I say we had, I post to a group on Facebook called Mississippi River Paddlers, and I do that every 3 or 4 days, and it's mainly just paddlers who are canoeing the Mississippi River. And he was one of the members on that I'm talking about.
Now, and on top of that too, is it just when you find a river town, is that when you get to charge your electronics and all of that, or how does that work? Do you have solar batteries, or?
I have a solar charger and a small battery that I keep with me, and then every chance I get when I'm in a town, I'll plug my stuff in, you know, and try to keep it charged up. And
Man, I just think this is so cool. And now, throughout the day, how do you feed yourself on the river? Do you wait for the river town, or do you fish and eat that way?
Well, when I started this trip, I kind of had in mind that I would be foraging a lot. I'm a big time mushroom hunter. And
Okay,
fisherman.
yeah.
But
man, we got some good mushrooms here, by the way.
I know you do. I didn't find near the mushrooms that I wanted to, and the fishing was really tough because of the fast, high water. It's too fast to troll effectively, and I can't anchor with the canoe, so
right.
Yeah, the fishing was pretty much non-existent. We did catch a few catfish, but Jade won't eat catfish. She turns her nose up at it, but then the next day we'll eat teriyaki rice with me, so...
That's awesome, man. Well, take me to getting into Alton. You got in last night. What was? When did you get into town, and where'd you land at?
Well, we got into town late. It was after dark, and rather than navigate with all the traffic here on the river with the barges and stuff, first chance I had to get out of it, I did there at the Argosy, and I pulled in behind there and parked my canoe down there last night. And walked in town, and we were looking for a place to eat, and that's where we met Donnie. And yeah.
Well, and that's what I think's just awesome, because I got the phone call and went, absolutely, I want to talk to Brian, because to hear the story is just wonderful, man. I mean, this is awesome. And now, take me through just your takeaway of Alton. Where'd you stop in and eat at?
Is it Max?
Yep.
Yeah, Max. We seen the sign that said T-Bone Tuesday, 1999, and I'm like, I'm in. And Jade loves the bone, and so it was perfect for both of us.
Nice.
And it was very good too. I highly recommend it.
Well, and what's it like finding connections like this just at random? Because a lot of people, man, it's hard for them to kind of just walk into a new place and feel welcomed and be welcomed. How'd you navigate that? Is that something that just came naturally to you?
Well, it's just the people. There again, the people on the river, they're very welcoming, and I don't search out someone to give us any aid or anything. They're just there. I mean, the people are just that friendly. And
that's awesome, man.
We were at a sandbar one weekend, and it was a nice little sandbar, and I knew it was a Friday night when I pulled in there, and I knew that the next day that sandbar was going to be busy with people. And I was really just wanting to relax and, have that sandbar to myself. So I took my fishing poles and I cast them out there, and I parked my canoe parallel, and to really discourage anybody from stopping. And this boat stopped anyway the next morning. And I was like, I kind of sighed, and I waved at him, friendly like, and went out there and pulled my lines in, so they wouldn't be a problem for those folks, and they were real friendly, and they give me and Jade some food, and that was really nice of them, and I'm starting to feel bad about wanting to hog that sandbar to myself. Well, they left, and they came back 2 hours later and said, hey, we're done for the day. We want you to have what we have left of our food.
Wow.
And they give me all their sandwiches and water and pop, and I just really touched by that. And the girl in the boat, one of the girls in the boat said, there just isn't enough kindness in the world. And it kind of made my eyes water up a little bit, and I had to turn away and
yeah, man,
go back to the tent and eat my humble pie. And,
you're right, though. But seriously, though, all this stuff like that you're even learning just, along the way, totally huge, because I'd have been the same way. Get the hell out of here, man. I'm the only one here, and to hear that special, man. And now, when are you going to be out of town? Are you leaving today to get back on the road or on the river?
Yeah, most likely. I want to get resupplied today and do some laundry, and I want to make sure when I hit St. Louis that I don't have to stop. And I just cruise right on through there.
Yeah, good idea. Honestly, probably the best idea.
I think our resources are getting pretty limited after St. Louis. I think there's a town 30 miles down that has some stuff fairly close to the water, and then after that it gets pretty desolate.
Really?
Towns are fewer and far between, and I think the river gets so much wider that towns can't be down on that floodplain. So it's just it's a good time to stock up.
And then when does it start? When do you start to see civilization again on the river after that? Is it not until the end? Is that pretty much it?
Well, there'll be some places. You got Memphis down there, and I'm excited about Memphis. The person who has the record for being the oldest person to canoe the Mississippi is down there, and I'll be getting some help from him, Dale Sanders.
Really cool.
He had that record when he was 82, and then that was broke by Stan Stark, and I don't know for sure these dates, but I mean, it was a couple years later. Stan Stark beat it at 83. Well, Dale here just recently, within the last couple of years, at the age of 89, got his record back.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, it is.
Man.
Yes, it is.
Well, and just what's your takeaway just on doing this? Would you do the trip again? You know, even if you get through it all the way, would you go ahead for round 2?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I kind of want to do it again this year. If I'd gotten done quick enough, I want to turn around and do it in the fall, just to get that title of having done it twice in one season, but that ain't going to happen this year. It's going to take me too long to get this done. So,
well, Brian, I really appreciate talking to you, man. I mean, this has been nothing but fun, and honestly, best of luck on your travels. How much longer do you think it's going to take you to the end of the road?
I'm guessing about maybe the first or second week in October.
Oh, so you're getting close.
Well, I say that, but we just love. It's all about the journey, not the destination for us. And if there's people to converse with down the way and meet and towns to check out, and we'll do that. So
well, Brian, I really appreciate your time, and I'm glad. I want to thank Donnie Hubert too for lining this up, because it's not every day that this happens. And safe travels. I hope it all goes well, and if you're ever back in town, stop by and give us an update on trip number 2.
Well, I will do that. I absolutely will.
Really cool. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show on a Thursday morning continues right after this in the heart of the 618 on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
As long as you got someone to lay with.
Welcome back to our daily show on the 6th day of September. It's a Friday in downtown Alton. Hey, just wanted to play that conversation with Brian again. It's not every day you get a guy that literally canoes the entire Mississippi River floating on into town with his dog. And man, Brian was a great guy. The cool part about it was yesterday, whenever I was getting into the building, I walked over to Mac's Convenience Store, which is my go-to spot in the morning, and I was sitting there talking to Liz, and all of a sudden, here comes Brian and Jade. It was just like the coolest thing, and it was really neat to see Brian interacting with the community and really just kind of diving right in, and definitely a welcome visitor. Hey, every day, RiverBender.com does On This Date in History, and once a week, Lacey McDonald does a 100 years ago article in the city of Alton, and we'll kind of just start with On This Date in History, if it's all good with you. On September the 6th, the First Continental Congress convened in Philadelphia with delegates from 12 of the 13 colonies. Gathering was a crucial step in the colony's quest for independence from British rule. Now, Congress aimed to address the colony's grievances against the British government, particularly the intolerable acts that had been imposed earlier that year. The Assembly set the stage for the American Revolutionary War and the eventual Declaration of Independence in 1776. It was a defining moment that paved the way for the birth of our nation. On this date in 1888, this is really, really cool. German astronomer Carl Witt discovered the first asteroid, 433 Eros, from the Urania Observatory in Berlin. This discovery was groundbreaking as it was the first time the asteroid had been found that approached close to Earth. 433 Eros is one of the largest near-Earth asteroids, and its discovery has significantly contributed to our understanding of the composition and behavior of these celestial objects. It's also marked the beginning of an era of asteroid study, which continues to be a vital area of research in astronomy. On this date in 1968, the Kingdom of Swaziland, known as Eswatini, as it gained independence from British colonial rule. After years of political struggle and negotiation, Swaziland achieved full sovereignty on this. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a technical issue, but we don't know when the Battle of Marathon happened. All we do know is that the pivotal battle saw the outnumbered Athenian army achieve a decisive victory over the Persian forces. The victory at Marathon is often credited with preserving Athenian democracy of the early stages of civilization. Now, the legacy of the battle profound that inspired the modern marathon race, a testament to its enduring impact on history. Also, on this date in history is the birth date of Jane Addams, a social worker and activist born in 1860. Addams co-founded the Hull House in Chicago, one of the first settlement houses in the United States, which provided essential services and support from immigrants and the urban poor. Her efforts in social reform, women's rights, and peace earned her the Nobel Peace Prize in 1931, making her the first American woman to receive this prestigious honor. Jane Addams' legacy continues to inspire movements and community service initiatives worldwide. And then let's take a look at here locally. On this date, 100 years ago, you can't have a circus without clowns and girls, and you must have plenty of both. If you have a big circus, such as the Hagenbeck Wallace, which comes to Alton on September the 8th for the afternoon and night performances with more than a mile-long street parade at 11 a.m., Circus Day. The circus was set up at Riverfront Park with a big old top that could accommodate 10,000 people. Now listen to this. The circus had 50 clowns, the best that ever trooped under the white tops, and 150 beautiful and stately girls. There were also 3 herds of performing elephants, the Orrin Davenport troupe of equestrians, Australian woodchoppers, just arrived from the land of kangaroos, and 3 troops of Chinese stars here by special permission of the government. That's really cool. So listen to this. They were aerialists, acrobats, and perch artists. Over $50,000 was spent on the wardrobe alone for the performers. $50,000 in 1924, which is the equivalent to beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, $925,000 in money today. On this date, 100 years ago, the circus made its way to Alton, and I just wanted to kind of touch on that one. Also on this date in history, U.S. President William McKinley was shot fatally on September the 6th. That happened in 1901. Also on this date in history, Germany fired the first long-range V-2 missile at an Allied target during World War II. On this date in 1944. On this date in 1995, American professional baseball player Cal Ripken Jr. This is a record that will never be broken. Played in his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing Lou Gehrig's record. No one will ever touch that again. And it stood for, Lou Gehrig's record at the time stood for 56 years. On this date in 1997, a performance that even my generation knows of because of YouTube. After a week after her death in a car accident, a funeral was held for Princess Diana, and an estimated 2.5 billion people watched this event, which included the performance by Elton John, Candle in the Wind, with the lyrics changed for Princess Diana. On this date in 2007, Italian operatic lyric tenor Luciano Pavarotti, who is considered to be the finest bel canto opera singer of the 20th century, died on this date at the age of 71 in 2007. And that's a look at what happened on this date in history. On this date in music, in 2001, Earth, Wind & Fire announced that Viagra would sponsor their forthcoming 30th anniversary American tour. That's the big one on this date in history. On this date in 1990, Tom Fogerty, the rhythm guitarist for Creedence Clearwater Revival, died at the age of 49 due to complications from AIDS, which was acquired during a blood transfusion. During 1969, CCR scored 3 U.S. top 10 albums and top 5 singles. After leaving CCR in 1971, he released several solo albums, but on this date in 1990, Tom Fogerty died. On this date in 1980, The Jam were at number 1 on the UK chart was Start, the group's second number 1, and it was taken from that 5th album, Sound Effects. On this date in 1975, Rod Stewart was at number 1 on the UK charts with his version of the song Sailing. The song had been featured in the BBC TV series about HMS Ark Royal, and that happened on this date in 1975. The big one for my buddy Dallas Smarts out there, on this date in 1975, one of the greatest songs ever recorded was released, and it's no other than this one.
Eyes get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me like a rhinestone cowboy riding out on a horse and a star.
There you go, Rhinestone Cowboy, released on this date. It started that 2-week run at number 1 on the singles chart, and it was Glenn Campbell's first number 1 after 13 top 40 hits. The record alone gained 3 Grammy nominations, and it was the Country Music Association Song of the Year for 1976. On this date in 1968, working at Abbey Road Studios in London, George Harrison's song, well, I can't tell you the name of it yet. We're going to have to listen. Well, this is a special one because Eric Clapton added the guitar solo, and George actually recorded the vocal lead. Let's see if you know the name of this one. On this date in 1968, While My Guitar Gently Weeps was, well, recorded on this date in history.
I don't know how someone controlled you, the important soul of
That's a good song. You know, don't you think a little bit? But I'm not the biggest Beatles guy in the world. You know, I just, you know, I can do without it. You know, I think Hey Jude's a good song. That's kind of funny. On this date in 1967, Engelbert Humperdinck was at #1 on the UK singles chart with The Last Waltz, the singer's second UK #1. And there you go. All that happened on this date in music history. And anyone cool born on this date in history? Let's see. Nothing I can... Actually, hey, how about this one? 1925, Jimmy Reed, blues singer, guitarist. 1964, UK number 45 single. Well, at least you made it on the top 50. Shame, Shame, Shame. Wrote Big Boss Man, Bright Lights, Big City. Major influence of the Rolling Stones. And Elvis covered Baby, What You Want Me to Do. Reed died on the 29th of August in the year 1976. Hey, you know, every day that you're at Hainer Library, you can unlock our local history. You know, we always talk about history when we can on this show and try to take a look back on memory lane. But when you have your Hainer Library card, every day gives you that opportunity. It gives you that opportunity every second. How cool is that? You know, at Hainer Library, all it is a door. It's a door for whatever you want it to be. You know, whether or not you want to discover your family's roots and genealogy and local history, whether or not you want to make sure that your child is aware and discovers the library at a young age with the kids space, where you have story time and you have all these wonderful events, plus the library of things where you can rent games for your children, all that great stuff. It's available at HainerLibrary.org. Plus, they have resource guides for all you consumers out there that maybe need to purchase that car. There's nothing you can trust better than the resource guides. They're at HainerLibrary.org. Or Netflix, $25 a month, okay? Not anymore. You can get Biblio Plus for free, and guess what? It's ad-free. Ad-free streaming of movies and television with your Hainer Library card. There's so much to unlock. That's why I call it a door. It's a door to unlocking all the benefits that await you. It's a door to discovering your local community through events. It's a door to discovering your community's history through their genealogy and local history department. You can join Mary Cordes and myself on the first and last Monday of each and every month as we explore our local library system. And for more information and to get your library card today, HainerLibrary.org, HainerLibrary.org, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over your way. But hey, before I take a break, just going back to this, thing I was ranting about early this morning. I mean, I'm sorry if I came off as a jerk, but it's like how many times, it's like obvious, what happens is, and you guys see this in life, they aren't trolls, they're just buffoons, okay? Because trolls actually say something completely illiterate just to get the crowd going. But these guys think, well, they're CJ and Riverbender must be in cahoots because they're talking about Village Dispensary a lot because they're a sponsor of mine. So let me turn that into a positive. Hey, if you're a business owner out there, you saw how many people were talking about that article. That could be you. You could be a sponsor of this show with your own segment where you and I will sit down for 10 to 15 minutes, even 20 or 30 if we need to, and talk all about the wonderful things your business is doing. Then our wonderful team will turn that into a news article, and then that way you get the community talking just like we keep on doing. So if you have the opportunity to give me an email today and learn more, CJ at RiverBender.com, or give me a call, 618-465-9850, extension 228. We'll talk about it today, and we'll get you on the books. Those sponsored segments are one of my favorites, and as you guys saw the last couple of weeks, everybody talks about them. 9:52, a little bit of change. We'll come back. Daily Show on a Friday. Hit you right after this.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'm excited. Going to be a good one. Hey, discover a wide array of exciting events ranging from festive markets and live musical performances to engaging community activities and cultural celebrations. Whether you enjoy local flavors, participate in family-friendly activities, or even immerse yourself in live entertainment, there's something for everyone this weekend, and here is your Weekend Go Guide. The Alton Expo started last night and continues through Sunday, the 8th of September. You can join us at the Alton Amphitheater for the 2024 Alton Expo. You can enjoy fair food, carnival rides, live entertainment, games, and more. Admission to the park is free that weekend. The event kicks off on Thursday. It already did, and tonight. Maxa performs at 5 p.m., followed by the Dirty Mugs at 8 p.m. Then the festivities continue on Saturday the 7th with the Alton Catfish Classic and Almost Famous performing at 7 p.m. The event concludes Sunday, September the 8th, with Porch Cafe performing at 1. On Saturday morning, head on up to Edwardsville and experience the 28th season of the Land of Goshen Community Market. The market returns for its 28th season, welcoming visitors every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon on St. Louis Street. In downtown Edwardsville, visitors can explore a vibrant array of favorite vendors alongside exciting new additions, offering fresh produce, beautiful cut flowers, delicious baked goods, eggs, meat, unique art, and more. Highlights include live music, free educational activities for children, and market merchandise. Additionally, the market has partnered with Good Dirt Composting Collective to offer free food scrap composting for market customers. At the Alton Police Department on Saturday morning, you can go and support them and fallen Canine Officer Odin. With Canine Odin t-shirt sales, you will help fund by purchasing a t-shirt and car decal Saturday morning at the Alton Police Department, and this is by Backstoppers as well. Please go out there and support Odin and the entire APD. You can join City Heat at Post 1308 for a night of fun on Saturday. Enjoy the largest dance floor in the region, the disco ball, pool tables, cold drinks, the food truck, HBH gaming room, 50/50 and free popcorn. There's no cover charge and everyone's welcome. So bring your friends, your family, and they want to thank you at Post 1308 for supporting our veterans and the live music. Flock Movie Night is also on Saturday. You know, at Flock's Movie Night, Flock's Food Truck and Bar will be open for all your food and drink needs. Plus, you can watch Monsters, Inc. with your family. Feel free to bring your own chairs and blankets, but leave the outside food and drink at home and let Flock do the cooking and the pouring on a Saturday night. Now, coming up by Calvary Baptist, it starts on September the 8th. Grinch by Kids at Calvary Awana is an age-appropriate year-long program where kids learn God's Word. The Bible gives them hope and comfort wherever they go. They study God's Word so kids will know God made them, loves them, and promises to always be with them. You can join them at Calvary Baptist for this free program, which includes a time of recreation, snacks, music, and crafts. The program's set for ages 2 years old to 5th grade, and it begins on September the 8th and takes place weekly from 5 to 7:15 p.m. Now, this year, Awana will work toward presenting a performance of The Grinch with auditions on September the 15th at Awana and the performance on December the 15th. That is just a little taste of our Weekend Go Guide. If you guys have time, go in. It's a 13-minute long read. We have the most comprehensive event guide in the area. I'm sorry. I'm just getting so tired of seeing other community calendars. They got 4 events for Saturday, 4 events for Sunday. I work really hard on this one. So go in there, take a look about all the things that are happening throughout the 618 and the 314, and you'll realize that there's only one calendar you can look at, and that's ours over here at RiverBender.com/events. 10 o'clock on the dot, top of the hour news break, and then we come back with what's happening around the Riverbend next.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nicola on RiverBender.com.
Cause you see, I'm a dinosaur. I should have died out a long time before. Have pity on a dinosaur. Hand me my hat. Excuse me, man, but where's the door?
Oh, welcome back here. Top of the hour news hitting you. Hey, before I go into news, Buddy Lev just sent me a text wanting to let you guys know that, let me pull this up word for word. Over at Pierre Marquette, starting at 9 p.m. tonight, this is really cool. Lev joined us a couple of days ago to talk about it. You can go take a guided night hike at Pierre Marquette State Park. That's really cool. And Lev joined us, and like I said, he filled us in on this. Coming up tonight at 9 p.m. If you guys have nothing to do, maybe you're going to go see the bands, the Dirty Mug, play down at the amphitheater for a little bit, but you aren't planning on staying the whole time, get on out there and go see Lev at Pierre Marquette State Park. This is really cool. A guided night hike where you can see Pierre Marquette in another function. That's pretty darn cool if you ask me. But wanted to make sure I filled you in. You can find out more information by going to Pierre Marquette social media pages, and you will see all the information, or just call up there and ask. I know that you don't necessarily need to register, but always a good thing just to see if you're still able to fit in the mold. Oh, man. Also, in the news today, I see a lot of pool noodles coming in. We'll take you to top of the hour news now at 10:05. The Granite City Fire Department responded to a structure fire on the 2100th block of Lee Avenue late Thursday night. Here's what we know. Firefighters arrived at the scene around 11:15 p.m. to find heavy smoke and flames coming from the house. Upon arrival, the department deployed its ladder truck and used the nozzle to flow water through a window. Firefighters managed to bring the fire under control swiftly. The house appeared to be vacant, and no individuals were inside at the time of the blaze. The fire remains unknown on why the origins of the fire remain unknown at this time. The St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney's Office has charged 2 suspects, Casey Albrecht, 40 years of age, and Johnny Miller, 52 years of age, for their involvement in a burglary on Weber Road. Here's what we know. The charges issued on the 4th of September include burglary, second degree, stealing $750 or more, resisting, interfering with arrest. Albrecht and Miller were apprehended after attempting to sell stolen appliances on Facebook Marketplace. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead and sell it on a public forum. Police were alerted by an anonymous tip and found the suspects fleeing the scene. Both are held on a $150,000 cash-only bond. The investigation, managed by the St. Louis County Police Department Bureau of Crimes Against Property. Also, in the news today, wanted to fill you in on some really important discussions happening out of the Godfrey Village Board. You know, because of recent heart attacks, amid reports of heart attacks at local pickleball courts, Godfrey's Village Board on Tuesday is weighing the possibility of installing an AED device near the village's own courts at Gladesbrook Park. Trustee Krug Lombardi noted that there have been a few heart attacks and that have been reported at pickleball courts around our region, including in Wood River, East Alton, and in Godfrey. Citing a suggestion from residents, Lombardi said having an AED on site would be a logical way for the village to prepare for such an incident. While Trustee Rick Lauschke raised concerns about training and liability, Park and Recreation Director Chris Logan said the devices are easy to use with step-by-step instructions. Logan also said that there's no guarantee that the AED won't be vandalized or stolen. They are preventative measures that can be taken, such as housing the device in a glass box with an alarm that would sound if opened or broken. In either case, village staff would be notified so additional personnel can respond accordingly. The topic was merely for discussion on Tuesday's meeting, so no official action was taken yet, but trustees are likely to vote on a related agenda item at a future meeting. Let's take a look at our weather forecast now that we got everything back and going here. 72 degrees. That feels like 74. The air quality is at 50 today, which is currently ranked at good. I'll beg to differ. Grass levels are moderate at 12, and ragweed is still very high. Man, it's been rough out there. Tree levels are low. The UV index is ranked at 7, which is in that in-between state. So if you have sensitive skins, go ahead and put that SPF 50 on and call it a day. Temperatures reach 81 degrees today, drop down to 51 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 72 degrees, a low of 43 degrees, and on Sunday, a high of 74. A low of 46 degrees, and on Monday, starting to climb up a little bit, a high of 79, no rain in the forecast, and a low of 49 degrees. And on Tuesday, a high of 86, a low of 57 degrees. You can stay up to date in real time all the time at RiverBender.com/weather, or just call 618-465-4545. This time, powered by Tom Wayne, your local State Farm agent. We'll take a quick break. Here's Sky Cam, and we'll come back with more of our daily show after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. 10:13, a little bit of change. I like this, man. You guys are really getting themed up over here. We got Mike Harrelson in from Calvary Baptist Church, friend of the show status at this point, I'd say. You know, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Glad to have you in here. The last time I talked to Mike, I was just about 48 hours away from losing my behind in Vegas, so that was fun. But here we are now. And how's Calvary Christian School?
Calvary Christian School is going great. It's going really great. We're 3 weeks in now, and it's actually funny. Today they're actually having a debate in class, their first debate, talking about music, like how music affects our minds. And you have one set of students that's pro, and then one has to take the stance against. So they're having fun.
Well, talk about some real good learning there, man. I mean, we are in a society where it's like we're scared to have different viewpoints, you know, and we got to kind of go with the mold. So at Calvary Christian School, to hear that, man, that's a big incentive.
And that's part of the mission, is forming character instead of just giving information and having them, you know, spit it back at you. It's forming character and get them to think and get them to discern, like, you know, why am I doing what I'm doing? You know?
Forming character and not templates. You know, that's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a T-shirt there, Mike. Well, coming down the pipeline, starting on Sunday, correct?
That's right, man. Yeah,
we're close.
We got Knock It Out of the Park Sunday, and Knock It Out of the Park Sunday is where we're asking people just to come and, you know, hear God's message of grace and hope, and wear your Cardinals jersey. We want to get church full of people in there. Invite your friends, invite your neighbors. So wear your Cardinals jersey, or if you're very brave, you can wear Royals or Cubs.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I'm sure we'll see some in there, and that's okay, because it doesn't matter what team you like. God loves you the same. But we're gonna have some fun Sunday, and with the kids,
I love that, man.
With the
That's
kids,
cool.
man, we're gonna have donuts, and our preschool has an open house. There's a lot going on this Sunday morning. We just opened our new kids wing that's been renovated for the last year.
Really?
And it's a part of the school as well. That's where we have our school at. So you'll have kids will get to come and see the new kids wing that we call the Den. It's in there because we're the Calvary Christian School Lions.
Now, that's so cool, man. What age group's in that portion of the wing?
So kindergarten through 5th grade is in there.
Wonderful.
And then our preschool is going to have an open house this Sunday too. So Knock It Out of the Park Sunday. We're just hoping for a lot of people to come.
Well, gosh,
and have
dang, you hit
good
me
time.
with the whole kitchen sink today. There's a lot going on over at Calvary, man.
We both had Mountain Dew or something, right?
Oh, no, I didn't today. I'm dying. I'm dying on the vine here. But not whenever you got the good graces of Mike in front of you to keep you motivated. I've noticed that. You kind of keep me jolted.
Well, I tell people, if anything good comes out of my mouth, it's because of the Lord. It's not because of me.
I like it, man. Well, Calvary is doing awesome, and I mean this because you guys had a mountain to climb because, I mean, it's hard to start a school. Not a lot of people do that. And it seems like the community has really rallied behind this, and to learn that now on Sunday, if you're interested, especially with, you know, a lot of the concerns that are being voiced right now, and not just a certain school district, but around the region, it could be a good way to get a little bit of a jump on that new form of education.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping, and that's what God has done. He's brought families and brought great staff of teachers, and our head of school, Pastor Wade, has just really, it's been a really cool thing to see God work in this and to start to develop their character. So
I just love it, man, and I just think you guys really, you did it the right way, because you got to just put your head down and do it when you're starting a school like that and really trying to let people know about it. And I can see this keep growing and growing, and to do an open house for preschool. Now, is preschool started?
The preschool for our church is ongoing. Now, we don't have a preschool yet, but that will probably be in the plans at some point down the line.
Oh, really cool.
But you said a while ago, you said something that made me think of something. You said climbing the mountain. We've climbed the mountain, and it made me think of Sound of Music. And I would not have seen that movie if it hadn't been for my wife recently. I told her, I said, I have not seen that ever. And she said, you've never seen it? I said, well, not all the way through. But there's a song in there, Climb Every Mountain, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And that made me think of, you know, there's nothing that God will ask us to do that he won't give us the strength to do it if we just trust him.
Yeah.
So it has been a long year of work with our board and our education council and everyone, the community, but it's been really neat to see what God's done.
Honestly, man, it's just exciting for this area, too. I mean, you guys put the work in, but just to watch you kind of going ahead and doing this as a team and with the board, it's been inspiring to see because, you know, especially with schools, we always think that those are tried and true and we can't really change the wheel with them. You know, what's already there is there and that's it. But it just gives people the opportunity to think, you know what? always go out there and put yourself out there. And if you have the faith to do it, man, it'll get done. It'll get done. And that's what I think's so great about Calvary.
Yeah. Well, thanks for letting us talk about it, because if someone's interested in coming to see it, we'd be happy to give a family a tour.
Really
We're
cool.
pretty much full for this year.
Are you really?
But we'd love to have families come in and check it out if they're interested for next year. We have enrichment days on Monday where if you're not part of this school, you can still sign up or right now get on the waiting list to do an enrichment day. So, for example, next Monday we're doing woodworking, and it'll be every Monday for a couple of hours, or
Wow.
cooking or things like that. So,
Really valuable skills.
Yeah.
And now take me through Awana, because now I just had talked about it before you actually got down here. And I was not lying when I said, look at all these pool noodles. I went, look at that. Well, we were doing the event article, and that was the last featured event of the week was the Awana Club. Now, fill me in on what's going to be happening.
So for those people that don't know, Awana means approved workmen are not ashamed. It's a Bible verse that talks about how we need to know God's word. And now, like you were saying a while ago, with schools and just so many things going on where there's a lot of information out there that kids don't necessarily need to know. Anxiety, and I know that worry is more prevalent in kids these days, but God's word tells them, hey, it's okay, I'm in control. Even though things seem really weird and out of control, I'm in control and I love you. So when they come in on Sunday nights for Awana, we teach them God's word. We have a wonderful group of volunteers that just love kids and love God. So they come in and they teach the word. This year we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a play that
Really
that
cool.
we're going to kind of put together with one of the key verses in the Bible. And the play we're doing is The Grinch. One of the kids, I'm going to hold this up to the camera, but one of the kids did a little bit of concept coloring page right there for us so we can kind of see what we're going to be doing. And then we brought, the pool noodles for the 39.5-foot pole that the Grinch song talks about.
Oh, okay. Now I'm understanding, because I'm like, what the hell is going on out there? You know,
Yeah.
that 39.5-foot pole. I like it. I like your poster too. Can I show the public your poster?
Absolutely.
Look at this. Preschool through fifth grade, September the 5th. September the 8th starts at 5 p.m. and the kids performing the Grinch in December. This is part of our weekly event article, so if you guys have time, you can also get a little bit of a brief on it, too, with a link that'll take you directly to everything you need to know. But, take me through, why the Grinch?
That's a good question.
I don't ask very many of those, man.
Right. That's a good question. Why would we be doing a play? And there's a great theme to this play, and it's about the heart. It's about how we try so many times with self-help and with just saying, I got to try harder to change my attitude, to change my behavior, to change my results. But God says in Ezekiel 36:26, He said, in 36:26, he says, I will remove your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Only God can deal with the bitterness, the anger, whatever the trouble is in our heart. Bible, we know it as sin. Only God can get rid of that. Yes. And in the Grinch, we see a great picture of that, about how his heart is truly changed when he sees what he's done. And our sin separates us from God, but it's only through the love and power of Jesus and what he's done that we can be made right with him. Yeah. And so the Grinch is a great picture and story of that. So that's why we're going to be doing that play. Kids are going to have a lot of fun. They're going to be making some of the props and set pieces. We have a big team, a good team of people at church that are going to be helping out with makeup and, clothes and costumes. But we're excited to do that. That'll be December 15th. We're going to be doing that show.
Really cool. And the show's on December 15th, but you guys got to get started in the program. Now, when does the program start?
Starts this Sunday night at 5 o'clock, and we're going to start, we'll actually have auditions this Sunday, auditions. Everyone will get a part. But we're going to have auditions Sunday night, and then every Sunday night at 5 o'clock, we'll have Awana where we'll learn God's Word, have refreshments, play some games, and then we'll have a time of rehearsal for the
That's
Grinch.
Really cool. Mm-hmm. Well, and I think it's really unique, too, for parents of, any background, of any faith background to be a part of this, because it's not, necessarily one message. It's just about God's love, and and you're going to learn, too, which is still wonderful, but you have something to build towards.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's huge anymore. Sorry, it's just what you guys are doing is great, because it's all about seeing something through and building something on your own.
No matter what season of life you're in or what you believe or where you come from, what your background, I think everyone can agree the Grinch is a very fun story that kids can be a part of. And I think parents, when they see that up on stage and having their kids bring that story to life, will just add a whole new layer to that story for them.
And honestly, man, the Grinch is one of those that you're right. No matter how old you are, even if you watch it, once during Christmas time, whether or not it's the cartoon version that everyone loves or the Jim Carrey one that my generation just died for, and so many did. But, we all become the Grinch at some point in life. Regardless if we want to admit it or not, there's always a time period where we walk through that desert, man, and it is just impossible to see the lakes of water and all that prosperity. So you get there and you get bitter.
I like what you said about that. It's impossible, and that reminds me of another verse where Jesus said, with us, it's impossible, but with him, all things are possible.
Right.
To be made right with God. So you're right. We're all a Grinch, and we can't help ourselves no matter how hard we try.
Right, no.
And it's got to be something outside of ourselves, and it's a great story.
You know what I think's really unique about this? Because I'm really good at checking myself. I know if I'm being a jerk every morning, I'm like, man, I am really in a damn mood today, But it's weird because if I even acknowledge it, I know I'm still being a jerk, but it's hard for me to kind of go, all right, pull yourself out of it. That snippiness still stays with me throughout the day. But when I take a step back and talk to somebody and then realize the bigger picture that's out there, all of a sudden I feel 10 times better. And I actually check myself that way. It's not just knowing that I'm being a jerk. It's actually fixing it, which the Grinch knew he was a jerk. I mean, he knew that he was just this bad guy and he loved to be evil. And all of a sudden, he realized what evil does, It's just a really powerful thing you're doing over there.
It took something outside of himself to see it. There's days where I don't see it at all, and I don't want to even admit it. And so it takes something even more powerful than a person. It takes one person, and that's Jesus. And I'm so thankful for that, and that the kids get to explore that in this story.
Well, I just love it, man. I think what you guys are doing is great. Now, how do you register for this program?
Yeah, so if people want to go to our website, calvarycaresforyou.org, just click on registration. You'll be able to do that. There's a QR code on all these if you go to RiverBender.com.
Man, you are
events.
good at this. I mean, no, seriously, there's a lot of people that haven't mastered the event calendar yet, and I manage it, so I would know. Look at the detail in this. I mean, this is insane. Sign up right here.
Yeah. Just click on that, and right there tells you the dates of the rehearsals, and then there'll be some Wednesday night rehearsals in there as well. We have a great team at Calvary that puts together our slides. Cody is our guru there, and then Pastor Brent helps us with the internet, because I'm like you. Some days I don't understand it all. I still want. It's always changing.
I just hit play. I just hit start streaming and go. They fix it for me from there, man.
Yeah, I hit play on my VCR and they fix it for me. So because I'm still 30 years behind. But
hell, I just got rid of the hopper from Dish.
What was the hopper?
Remember that? The satellite box in the commercial was the hopper.
Was that like what was that called where you skip the commercials? I forget what it's called.
TiVo. It's what it was, man.
Oh, hopper. Okay.
And they had this Boston commercial where it was all the hopper. But what I think's really cool, and just wanted to ask you, man, whenever we're going here, it says sign up, and that just takes you right to where you need to go. So you just got to put your contact information in and all of that, correct?
Yeah, contact information for your child. If there's any allergies, we feed them on Sunday night. So if you have any food allergies.
You guys have a good kitchen, too.
We have a great team there that loves kids and loves to feed them. And we love to feed them, physically, but the best part is feeding them spiritually, because, they go to school Monday through Friday, and that's a lot, and there's a lot to do there. And, sometimes you don't get to talk about what's going on inside. And you come Sunday night, you can talk about that. You can ask for prayer. We can pray with you. I'll pray for you about what's going on in your life.
Well, and Mike, I think you and I both can agree with this. My generation, too, up until about middle school for me, this social media age is just draining kids. I mean, they are mentally exhausted because they're having these, influencers, quote unquote, that are on, Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram, and they're telling them how to live their life. And, hey, if you want to be on a private jet tomorrow, follow my content strategy. Don't worry about helping your community. Just take a video of you giving that homeless person $1 and make yourself look good. There's all these ways that just kind of detract and deteriorate from our character, and especially the youth, man, and it's tough. So to have a really good safe spot like this, to know, hey, on Sundays, I know when I go in there that I'm protected, that I'm with a group of people, maybe not like-minded, but all have the same mission, and we're all learning, and that's what I think is important for parents to know in this. In the world of crazy, you got some comfort in Awana Club and knowing that there's some grounding there.
Yeah. I like what you said about, them knowing too much, and we as parents have to do a better job of protecting them from all that information out there.
Very true.
So, yeah.
That's a good point. Now, hey, you got a couple other materials. Let's talk about it all, man.
Well, Fall Day is coming up next month, October 25th.
Are we already here?
I think we are, yeah.
Gosh, man.
Fall Day is our fall festival.
It's crazy how this year's gone by.
Years go by like months, yeah.
my gosh. October 25th. And it is September. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, next month we'll have Fall Day, and that's our fall festival. We'll be putting that on the events calendar as well. But that's a time where families can come out and do some trunk or treating, get on the inflatable and just connect with other people.
What's the Kids Outdoor Zone?
Kids Outdoor Zone, Kaz. Man, we got this guy. He is awesome, Brother Ray Voida, and he does a program once a month on Saturday mornings where kids, boys ages 8 to 18, can come. And every Saturday, it's a different adventure. They might do bicycling. They might do some, woodworking or some industrial skills. They might even go to the shooting gallery and shoot some guns.
That's awesome.
They might. So a lot of skills that, typically right now young boys may not be able to do just because of maybe there's something going on at home, or maybe you're just so busy, or maybe there's a lack of a presence in their life, certain presence in their life. So it's a good program for young boys.
There's a new it's a newer YouTube channel. It's Dad How Do I or something. I forgot the exact name, but it's a really cool thing because this guy's father died when he was a young man. And he had nobody to teach him how to fix a tire and how to do all these things, change your oil and build fences. And honestly, teared me up because he creates videos for kids that don't have that role model. And even though it's not that hands-on like this is, it's still a little bit of help in that tutorial of, hey, don't make sure you have a drain bucket under that whenever you open your oil gasket, or your oil drain. But it's things like that. And you're right, man. Right now, we talk about youth issues all the time in this community, not just Alton, but the region. And a lot of it's they don't have that mom or father figure at home, that parent to really be that person to chaperone. So to have this opportunity, grandparents or guardians, take note of that and really just make sure they're involved in something that's a little bit more of that type of over-the-shoulder, hey, let's talk and let's give you some structure here.
And we welcome also, a lot of times our dads will come along for the ride.
Are you serious too?
Yeah, so dads, welcome grandparents, granddad if they wants to come.
Well, Mike, what I think is important about that is even if the kid doesn't, even if the kids that are coming to this, they don't have that role model, they can find one here. And that's what it just sounds like just hearing you talk. And that's a huge need in our community, man. A very big one.
Ray's an awesome guy.
Yeah, he is, man. Keep up the great work, Ray. I haven't met you yet, but we'll have to get you on the show sometime soon with Calvary.
He'd be a great guest.
We'll have to bring you and Ray in one day.
Ray'd be a great guest.
So what else? I know Upward already started for the year.
Registration's open for Upward basketball and cheerleading. If they come to Fall Day, if they pre-register for Fall Day, they get their name thrown in a hat for a free Upward scholarship for basketball or cheerleading. That starts in January, and then evaluations will start pretty soon as well. So
I also saw life groups.
Yeah, man, that's such a great thing, CJ.
This looks cool. I'm just reading about it a little bit.
Sunday morning, we do life groups, and life groups are just groups of people that are in similar seasons of life, but not necessarily. And they come together and they just look at God's word together and hash it out together and pray together and look and see, what does God say about this? What does God say about this as we go through the Bible together? To have that support system, CJ, is so important.
Invaluable.
And it really is, because sometimes it can be hard to be vulnerable and open yourself up in a group. But God says that we need to do that because we all need help on the journey. The biggest help is from Him, but that's why He gave us the church, is to come alongside each other. Now, is it perfect? No, there's no perfect church out there. There's going to be things that happen, but life groups are where that change starts to happen for people, and I love those.
You're 100% right. And hey, just to do something for all of you guys, mark your calendars for December 1st. Christmas kickoff going to be coming down, and I mean it's already September, so October, November, we're there. That's 3. I am just still close. Going back to this, man. I am still just amazed that the year's almost over.
Yeah, I know, it goes by quick, doesn't it?
So, what's your Christmas season look like after the kickoff?
Yeah, so after the kickoff, we're going to have a night where we watch, the movie, and what we had last year, and then the big thing this year is going to be our White Christmas program again that we do every year.
That is super cool,
as well as the Grinch production. So it's always a lot coming up. We try to look at what's right ahead of us now, and then down the line we look at those as things as well. But there's always a way to get on board or to plug in. If you're out there and you're thinking, man, I want to plug in, I'm just not sure where. There's a lot of opportunities. You can just go to our website or give us a call. Come on down.
618-462-8816 or CalvaryCaresForYou.org. As we're getting back to Awana, which is starting, This weekend.
This Sunday night.
Sunday night. Let's get back into this. Is it every Sunday? Any breaks?
Every Sunday. We have a break in December just because we have some things going on in December, but then it goes all the way to May. And then come April, we have awards. So if like last year, we between all of the groups, we had over 900 memorizations of verses from kids.
That's impressive.
And so kids store that up. We have people that are grown up that come back to us and say, I had a guy one time come up to me and say, I was in Iraq on just sitting there on duty, and one of the verses that I memorized in Awana came back to me, that I will never leave you or forsake you, is what the Lord said. And he was sitting there, and he was kind of nervous, and he said, I'm so thankful that God gave me Awana to remember those verses.
How powerful is that? I mean, that is pretty darn powerful, Mike. Now, how can they reach out to you for more information about this and get their little ones signed up? Now, age range again?
Yeah, so preschool, age 2, all the way up to 5th grade. Now, we also have a program. Say that you're a mom or dad out there and you have some preschoolers, you got some elementary, you got some teenagers, you got some college, you got them all over.
The kit and caboodle.
You got the whole 9 yards. Well, we have another program called Fuel for students. That's middle school and high school. On Sunday night, same time, from 5 to 7:15 on Sunday. And they come together as well. They have dinner, they go kick the ball around, and then they have a Bible study as well. And they come together and they goof off, they pray for each other, and then they really sit down and they look at God's word. And Pastor Jeff is our new college and student pastor, and he's great, does a great job with them. This Sunday night, actually, one more thing I should tell you about is that since it's Knock It Out of the Park Sunday, we're going to just end that day with a big cool treat. So we're going to have an ice cream truck out back in the parking lot. After all these programs, we're also going to have some small groups. We're going to invite people to just stick around for a little bit, grab a free ice cream treat in the parking lot.
Now, what time does it all start on Sunday?
Sunday, so we have we're going back to 2 services, 8 and 10:30.
Oh, wonderful.
And then 9:15 is our life groups in between where people can come and just connect with each other. And then 5 o'clock starts our Awana and our Fuel program for kids and students.
Mike, it's always great talking to you. And 25 minutes flies on by yet again. We're going to include everything in an article on RiverBender.com. Mike, always appreciate you stopping by. When are we getting you on for Fall? I mean, I am just amazed. A Fall Day is, we got to get you back on for that.
Yeah.
But you know what? At least my answer was given to me, because I'm telling you what, I saw those pool noodles and I went, how is this tie-in going to work? 29 and a half foot.
39 and 39 and a half
God
foot
dang it,
pole.
I knew I messed it up. I knew I was going to do. I'm bad at lyrics.
That's me too. That's all right.
You know that karaoke show? Have you ever seen that?
Karaoke in the car?
Yeah, well, no, it's a TV show, and they have to finish the words of the song.
Oh, no.
Oh, I would have lost the first 2 seconds. It's like Rocket Man, burning off the fuse of provolone is what I would have said, like something wild.
You'd be saying line.
Yeah.
Line. Yeah.
Mike, always good talking
to you. Thanks,
CJ.
I appreciate it, man.
CalvaryCaresForYou.org. Make sure you get more information there. Also, click on the Riverbender event article that has everything linked to Awana Club, where you can register your little one and get all that taken care of. Mike, we'll talk again soon.
Sounds good, CJ. Thank
We'll take a quick break. Steve Pegram Got Faith joins us next.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got Joey.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Cigarette you're smoking, I'll scare me half to death. Open up the window, sucker, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come.
Welcome back. 10:40 and a little bit of change. Steve Pegram, we got faith. How are we doing?
We're doing great. Wonderful.
Man,
Wonderful.
I love the fact that you guys are always moving, you know, and
Yeah.
just you're doing some great work. And honestly, man, your conversation with Brian was wonderful. I was glad to be a part of that.
Yes, and I wanted to let you know and tell Brian, hey, Brian, hi.
Hey,
buddy.
Brian.
You're beautiful. I love that show. It was awesome.
Well, and now let's talk about just getting back into the saddle over here. Got Faith is rocking and rolling this fall, man.
We got some new things coming up. Well, look at there.
I got my gift today with socks, and they're not just any socks.
No.
They're Bombas. These
Yes.
are like name brand, the top of the line sock that you want.
Right, and brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
sock. And do you know what that's for? Socktober.
I love it.
Socktober.
What a name, though.
But it's Socktober, and we do it every year.
Do you?
And I think we usually get around 800 pairs of socks.
What does it go
brand new, only brand new, to the homeless.
Really?
And I my cousin, Santa, goes over to St. Louis and gives them to the homeless. But the homeless, there's homeless and there's homeless.
Right.
The homeless that Santa goes to is underneath the bridges in the houses that are condemned, and it smells. And to me, that's the homeless.
100% right, Steve.
Yes.
You are 100% right there. It's a tale of two different situations.
Right.
Yeah.
We're teaming up with Rooftop Church, which we have before, and sometime in December. We haven't got a date yet, but let's see, the end of this month, the last weekend of this month, Our Acres of Terror in Dow, Illinois. Got Faith has teamed up with these guys for 5 to 8 years.
Did you really?
Yeah. We're there, and it's called the Safe Zone. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I think I told you the story about the girl that came. All right, 15-year-old girl. What it is, that place is so spooky.
It is.
That people come up there, and we've got a safe zone for the kids to sit. And actually, there's adults that can't make it either.
Yeah.
Where their parents can keep going.
They do a good job, but you're right. You got to be bred for it.
They are awesome. Oh, I believe it's the 1st of October where you can vote on the haunted.
Oh, yeah.
So please vote for Our Acres of Terror.
Root's a good guy. I got to talk to Ron.
Yeah, I love Ron.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show.
Yes. How about next Wednesday?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Let's do it. Seriously, I'm good.
Yes.
Perfect.
But you know what? Everybody think, it's spooky and all this stuff, but before they even start, there's at least 50 people there.
Yeah.
Easily. They pray. They all pray together.
Oh, I didn't realize they did that.
Ron prays, yeah.
The coolest thing about Our Acres of Terror is it almost became my family's like fall tradition. It just brings back so many sentimental things. Remember when they had the organic pizza down there?
Yes.
Oh, man, was that Ron too that was doing that?
That's his father-in-law, and he's not doing real good. So keep him in your prayers.
Absolutely, because I always remember that and going up and just the way it's set up. If you guys haven't been down there, go see Steve. And grandparents, you can take your kids, uncles, whatever. And if you're a little nervous, hang out with Steve in that safe zone.
Safe zone. Yeah, they get scared. They come up. We've got chairs for them. They sit in the safe zone. But a couple years ago, we had a 15-year-old girl come in there. She just sat down, and I said, I said, did you get scared? She said, no, my tummy hurts. I said, oh, you want some white soda or something to fix you? She says, no, I'm pregnant. 15 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
And the thing of it is, when you're in the safe zone, all I do is just listen. And that's, this girl, the boyfriend doesn't want anything to do with her, and mom was mad at her, and 20 minutes of just listening to her, and that's all they want, is somebody to listen to them.
Well, think about what that 20 minutes did for that girl.
Well, here's what happened the following year. It was breakfast with Santa. She comes up. Her mom comes up. Her mom brought cupcakes. She says, thank you for talking to my daughter. And I didn't say anything. All I did is listen.
Well, and see, it's just amazing, though. You never know when those encounters are going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's why being there is just so important.
Right.
Whether or not it's at our Acres or at Walmart or anything else,
Amen.
It's just to be open and say,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't give a damn where you're from, who you are. I'll be there for you.
Right.
Just to talk.
And that's what we do. That's what Got Faith is all about, basically.
Oh, man, that's just wonderful. So what time does that start, your safe zone?
It is it's going to start in September, the last weekend in September, and then go every weekend in October, Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do it on Sunday.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Man, you're right, though. I got scared to death that last time I was there. It's a tough place.
It is.
It's a tough
Yeah,
place.
so make sure and vote for them, guys. Ron
They
Root
work
is,
hard.
Awesome. And they help us. Oh, here's the thing about the Socktober.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Got Faith is going to collect socks. Bring brand new only socks to Got Faith Safe Zone, and we will give you a ticket. You sign it. Give me a phone number, and at the end, when it's over, I don't know what kind of prize we're going to get. We get prizes from everybody. It's going to be something good. So
It
it's
always
worth
is.
bringing a pair of socks and maybe winning. We're going to win something.
So you can bring them all October, correct?
Yes.
Really
and
cool.
at the end of September, the last week of September is when they're starting.
Okay.
So-
Now, where do we just bring them to our Acres? Can we drop them off at Got Faith Building?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I'd love for you to come by our Acres.
And support them?
Yeah.
I get
For
it
sure.
now. That's cool. Now,
Yeah.
10:30 on Wednesday, does that sound good?
Yeah.
Let's talk to Ron, and then we'll confirm it.
Yes.
We'll see. Okay.
But I could talk about it by myself. Only
I
peppermint sticks.
I just think it's great.
Yeah,
So
it is.
the more we can talk about that, it brings up a lot of childhood memories for me,
Gotcha.
man. I just love that. Now, how's Sabbath Coffee doing for you, man?
It is good. Everything's going good. It's growing. What else can I say? It's awesome.
I love it.
And it's got it work. We had a guy come in there that was homeless, and the Catholic Church sent him over there, and it was so weird. And we ended up taking him. We bought him a room at the hotel. He was moving on, and bought him a pizza and all that good stuff. And yeah, everything. It's good. We do have. We always the second Tuesday of every month we have a free lunch for anybody, everybody.
Yep.
This next Tuesday is the second Tuesday.
Tuesday the 10th.
10th. And the thing of it is, we are tying it in with 911 the next day.
Yep.
And we are supporting all, what do you call them?
First responders.
First responders, that's it. First responders to drive. We are doing 200 pork burgers.
What?
From St. Clair's. They're good for us, and we ordered 200 pork burgers, picking them up Monday. So drive through. We're cooking them outside. So first responders drive through. It's underneath the carport, on the other side of the building from the green door, the parking lot. So come by there, and all first responders, you can pick up a couple pork burgers, chips. That's what we're having out.
I just think
and
that's
it's for 911 basically.
Yeah,
but we didn't want to change our date to 911,
right?
So we're keeping it every Tuesday.
Well, and honestly, I'm glad to hear you guys are doing that, because I'm starting to get a little nervous about my generation.
Yeah.
Because and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there should be a false sense of patriotism that day, but what I'm saying is I just feel like my generation isn't recognizing how important of a date that is. No different than Pearl Harbor.
Right. It was a rough day.
Yeah.
Really.
So just the hats off to you guys for recognizing it, and especially we just had JCH on the show, Jersey Community Hospital Foundation, for their duck races.
Yes.
And Lucky Duck Derby.
Yes.
And we were talking about, Steve, all the people and service calls that they make in a year. It's tens of thousands.
Easily, yeah.
I just couldn't get over that. And plus, especially in your guys' neck of the woods, it ain't Alton where you're going on streets. You're going on gravel roads, and you're driving out of town to get to people and rush them. I mean, you guys have your first responders in that rural portion of the county.
Yes.
They got to work.
They do. They do. They do. They do so much.
They do, man.
They're just, all I can say is they're wonderful. As a matter of fact, some of the ambulance guys came down and helped us move stuff from the basement.
Are you
upstairs.
serious?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we were asking for volunteers, and here comes all these guys and with their suits on and everything. And so we're waiting on a call, but, we'll help you. Isn't that cool?
That is cool. Now, what time does that start for the first responders on Tuesday the 10th?
It is 11 to 12:30.
11 to 12:30?
And it's for anybody and everybody.
And that's at 508 West Pine Street in Jerseyville.
Yes. And it's over by the, I don't even know what side you call it, but by the drive-thru. You'll see the awning and all that stuff.
Now, I think this is really cool. It's through the green door.
Yes. Nope. Let's see. Probably through the front door.
Oh, okay.
We have a green door, a blue door, yellow door, pink door, white door, red door, and a front door.
And a front door. I love that.
Because, they're going to be barbecuing over by the yellow door and the blue door. So, yeah, I'll leave the green door open also. Holy peppermint sticks.
No, I want to talk to you about the Pathfinders.
Yes.
This is a really great program.
It is.
If you could, for our audience, it's been a while since we talked about it. Could you fill us in on it again?
Yes. This it's for people that's got, and not necessarily, I've got 30 years of sobriety, over 30 years. It's not necessarily for people who's got alcohol problems or drug problems. It's for anybody, honestly. Everybody's got problems, you know. I've got a problem. I eat too much. Everybody's got problems. So all they do is they meet there on Friday nights and kind of discuss. Put some scripture in there and talk. About.
I think so much right now, Steve. This is why I love the Pathfinders. Is there's a lot of people that are lost.
Yes.
And not lost in his, man, I don't know where I'm going to find this next job,
Right.
but lost spiritually, lost mentally.
Right.
They're deflated.
Yes.
I mean, it's tough right now to be living. And to have a group like this where you can have constant support and different varieties and be the shoulder.
Right.
Man, and be the tide.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. And now it's men only. Flip that over.
That's right.
Did you see that?
Yep. Here we go.
Women only.
Then we got women only.
And what they call themselves is step women or step sisters.
That's cool.
Step sisters.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And now, do they meet at the same date and time?
Same date, time, but two
separate buildings.
We're all in one building, but
wings.
It's so you need to come and see our building
I gotta
sometime.
go do
It's
that.
so
I haven't
big
been up
and
there
it's-
yet.
Holy peppermint sticks! Yeah, it's way on east side. So. And there's no contact or anything. So we got women over there and men over there.
And that's
Mark Lane. You know Mark.
Oh, he's Chaplain Mark. He's been on the show a couple times.
Yes. He's the one that helped us out with all this, helped me get it going. And
he's a good man.
He is. Awesome. He is a good guy.
And Christian 12-step for women, is that the same as the Pathfinders in terms of... in terms of
same
details?
thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just for women.
Yes, only, yes.
Really cool. Now, you can call 618-467-5877 if you're a woman out there for the Christian 12-step program for women, or you could call the same, correct, for the Pathfinders?
It's Sean McKay.
Oh, okay.
And his wife.
Uh-huh.
His wife runs the women, and he runs the men.
Good people. That's cool.
And they've graduated First Fruits. So, and I'm sure you've heard about First Fruits. So they know, they've been there. So how awesome is that? And that's what I like about it, because they've been there and they know what to talk about and understand, people that's got problems and all that good stuff. So
also wanted to point out, tomorrow's Saturday.
Yes.
Sabbath coffee.
Yes.
Let's fill us in on it.
Come.
And this is really cool. So there's live music, fellowship, Bible study. Everyone's welcome.
Right. No, it's not like huge music or anything. Right. It's a piano. And it's so comfortable. And it's mainly like old hymnal stuff. But it's okay. And we all sing together. And then, go into some scripture. And Randy Newberry I don't
Really
know.
cool. Yeah,
Do
I
you
do
know Randy?
him. Yeah, I do know him.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard of him before.
Okay, he used to own the prescription shop.
Yeah.
And then they sold it. But yeah, he's the one that's kind of leading it. And his dad, Gene, is there. And yeah, it's a good time.
I'll be damned. Now, now with this, it's only an hour, folks. It's 6
Yeah.
to 7
Yeah.
p.m. at the Got Faith Ministry Party Room.
Right. And we have coffee and water. But if you want something to eat, you can call and order a pizza and have it delivered to your table. We've got round tables.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's almost like going to somebody's house. You're going to visit, but you don't have to mess up your house. Come mess up our house, right?
Right. And now, finally, for you that you brought today, let's talk
Yes.
about the church, our Jersey Community Churches United group.
Yes, that is actually they go under Got Faith or above. Yeah, under us. Got Faith is helping support them.
This is really cool. What's it all about?
It well, look on the back there. It kind of tells you. But they go around to older people, and it doesn't have to be older people. It's people that have problems. They can't. They've put in I don't know how many walkways up to people's houses that can't. What do you call them? Ramps for their wheelchair.
That's
they go out and build them. It doesn't cost these people a dime.
Well, and honestly, Steve, that's invaluable too, because those wheelchair ramps, I mean, if you
Yes.
don't have that, then we're talking a whole different lifestyle.
Yes.
And not a lot of people can afford assisted living or nursing homes right
Right,
now, and not
right.
good ones.
Right.
And to have this group, I mean, whether or not you need, bushes torn out if you're an elderly, and
Right.
not everyone has that grandson that's
Right.
going to go over there
Yes.
anymore. Cleaning the yard after a storm, tearing down a rundown carport, which I see time and time again.
Yeah, they've done so much. It's just unbelievable how much they've done. And there's also they have it's kind of like a resource room is what we call it, that they have at our building. And when people go through our food pantry, they actually go into our resource room. They speak to Linda Miner. She tells them wherever they can go. If somebody who needs help with rent, we don't do that, but we know where you can go.
That's cool.
You
But
know
see, that's
exactly
so
where
important.
you can go.
That's
and it's
so
right there.
important.
And before they leave, she prays with them.
That's cool too.
And that's it. And then they go down the hall. They go in their food pantry, our food pantry, which we don't care how old you are or how much money you make, anything.
That's why I love it. Because you know what? I've said this time and time again. You never know when all of a sudden it hits the fan.
Yeah.
Because that millionaire that lives in the high rise or that
Yes.
big old house, he could be going bankrupt tomorrow. And
Right.
how is he feeding his kids on Wednesday?
Right.
That's why I love your mission about this.
Right.
Because everyone, no matter who you are, is going to go through a rough point in life.
Yes. Amen.
And whether or not, guys, you're needing paper towels, toiletries, shampoos, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, dishwashing liquid. It's so important. Now, what about these other services?
Now, that's what that resource room after the food pantry, then they go in here.
Okay.
And that is sponsored by them.
Wonderful.
And they've got all of that, the shampoo and all the toilet paper, all this laundry soap, everything. Now, you can only do it once a month, but still, it's a lot of
That goes
stuff
a long way.
Yeah, it does, honestly.
Well, and now other services do include home repair.
Yeah, they do all of that stuff. So give them a call.
But one thing I wanted to emphasize, this is where I think it's important because it's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Yes.
And job interview skill classes.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
And budget classes for your
Yes.
budget because,
Yes.
I mean, you can't succeed without knowing how to do those things in life.
Amen.
Man, that is so powerful.
Yeah.
And now, what are you guys doing this weekend?
Let's see. What are we doing this weekend? Holy
I knew I'd ask you a hard one eventually.
What is this weekend? I'm going to St. Louis. Gateway Santas.
Oh, no. Can you send me some pictures from that? That
Sure.
sounds cool.
I think there's only 25 of us that
But
meet
that's
over
still
there.
awesome.
And it's the Gateway. Actually, all the Santas kind of over in St. Louis. The one from Six Flags. And I meet up with all these Santas, and we have it's once a month. This month, I think they're doing beards, how to keep your beard white and clean.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited about that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. There's so many Santa groups out there, honestly. And I'm going to Santa school.
Oh, when's that?
October. I'm going to be going the 8th. It's the 8th or the 13th. Yes. And we're taking a newbie with us. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Last year, I just couldn't do it. I am booked every day. I'm already booked.
Yeah.
It's November 12th to January 1st. I'm booked already. Right now.
Oh my goodness.
Every day, at least once a day. So last year, the Rock Springs Park.
Oh yeah, Christmas Wonderland.
The newbie is doing it. James Simpson. Yeah,
that's awesome. So
and let's see, is it Pierre Marquette Park? I always do that. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So he's going to do that for me, and we're taking him to Santa school so he can learn. And you meet up with 300 Santas there, and
that is so darn awesome.
Yeah, take 6 buses to go eat chicken dinner in Frankenmuth. It's so cool. It is. It is so cool. It's so much fun.
Well, Steve, best of luck with everything.
Yes.
Look forward to talking with you again soon. We're out of time today, so it's time for me to wrap this bad boy up. You have a great rest of your day and your weekend, and I hope all of you stay safe out there. I'm going to Electric Light Orchestra tonight.
Oh, cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
All of you, go over to the Alton Expo. Have a great weekend, but most importantly, as always, try your best to stay out of jail.
Leave